All right, give it to me.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers.
Obviously,
Listen, listener discretion is advised. Scooby Dooby Dooby, where are you?
you, dun, dun, dun. I guess I can't remember. I forgot. If you'd asked me the words a second ago, I would have told you what the words were. Anyway, welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies and Nerds and Bullying. Your host Leroy, aka Chromacopia, with my co-host.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Twinkie the Kid.
Twinkie is a gay term, right?
I think you've said this before, and I'm okay with it.
Okay,
but but I couldn't think of another AKA.
We never beat those allegations, Eli. Don't worry about it. Just let's go.
I'm a roll with it.
Yeah.
No, my name is Eli, aka the Pink Flamingo.
That's even worse. You know that's worse, right? That's
or is it better?
That's a good place reference. Anyway, we're gonna go with that. Also, and shout out to our third co-host, Boom the AI, because
all hail the Doombot.
All hail the Doombot. Because nothing can be done without AI these days. We will not be able to wipe our ass without AI. Anyway, so we're gonna jump into it, and the first thing we want to tackle is Eli. Two things happened this week. One, Halloween passed, which we'll get to. But before we get to that, also the World Series. And Eli, I don't know if you've been checking Facebook. I've been talking about the whole week.
I have seen I have seen
I've been keeping
updates.
Y'all up to date, man. On the score, stuff like that. Anyway, let's see how we got this. Let's see if this works. Boop. Oh, Eli, that worked.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
I never fancied you a baseball fan.
Yeah. Oh, dude, my dad loves baseball. He's a baseball junkie.
No shit.
Yeah, him and his 9 brothers, they had a team. I'm Mississippi, man. That's what you expect from Mississippi. But yeah, so but the thing is, the Braves is my team.
Okay.
So
Atlanta.
So I thought about, should I even bother, because the Braves are out of it. I was like, the Braves ain't playing out of it. But I see the check out LA and New York. Like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out, see what's going on there. So, oh no, this is not the actual game playing, y'all. This is MLB The Show on Xbox. Yes, it's on Xbox with Game Pass, which I will talk about.
Looks pretty good. Yeah.
Is this the video game section, Eli? We're combining. I'm throwing this video game section anyway. But anyway, Eli, I'm gonna let you talk about it because I know you. Before you get into it, I want to hear some highlights. Because, like I said, the LA Dodgers won. Boom, 4-1. They smacked this shit out the Yankees. I know you hate that, Eli, because I know you're a Yankees diehard fan. But hey, it is what it is. They didn't show up, and the Lakers. I'm sorry, the Dodgers. I'm getting my sports confused. The Dodgers look like they were loaded, man. They were loaded with people. For instance, I know there's a band topic on the podcast, but this is the only Will Smith we acknowledge. So there you go.
Okay. Yeah, that fucker.
and your guy, Eli, Aaron Judge, I think he was too busy playing in a movie this weekend. The Choker.
Yeah, he was. So I didn't really get to watch the World Series, because how the fuck do you watch the World Series? What kind of country do we live in where I can't turn on a TV and watch baseball anymore?
Okay.
What the fuck?
You see, it's stream. You got to know how to navigate streaming, Eli. Do you know what I did? You know what bootleg bullshit I did to watch the World Series, Eli?
What, a Fire Stick?
No, I didn't. That would have been the easiest way to do it. No, I actually logged into foxsports.com. And they give you an hour preview.
Okay.
So I watched our preview on Google Chrome, and when it ran out, I switched to Microsoft Edge. And then when it ran out, I switched to Safari.
So you had to go back and forth.
Right.
Because I was listening to it. Because I've been working nights lately, so I didn't really get a chance to watch it anyways. But I did watch highlights on YouTube, and I was listening to a few games at work. And then a couple times I got to see a free preview on YouTube for, like an extended amount of time. I think they give you like a half hour. So I got to see the atrocious 5th inning of Game 6, was it? Or which one was it? With the last game.
No, the last game. No, that's the game, because y'all were up.
5-0. I know.
Yeah, 5-0 by the 5th inning. Y'all were up.
And
then y'all just with the shit.
And they fucked up. Like, how the fuck? It's bases loaded, grounder to first base. How the fuck do you not get an out? I played Little League and shit.
Yeah.
Coach always says, bases loaded, you catch the ball, touch the fucking base. Just touch a base. That's all you gotta do. How the fuck? That was some rookie shit. When they did that, when the Yankees fucked up that bad, I said, you know what? You guys don't deserve to win shit.
Oh,
that's
no,
like,
they've been fucking up all game. Look, in the second game,
I know.
I think in the 10th inning, they hit a grand slam in the 10th inning to win a game. And here's the thing, Freddie Freeman. I know you hate the Dodgers, Eli, but Freddie Freeman was playing like. But remember Robert Redford in The Natural, when he like carved the bat out of lightning and shit. That's how Freddie Freeman was swinging the damn bat the whole time.
Yeah, he was like getting a hit like every game and shit.
He had 2 grand slams in the World Series.
Yeah.
Like,
it was bad. Like I was like, what the fuck, you guys? You know,
like,
and I know it's been a while.
You see all the people they had loaded up, and you had Mookie Betts running up the damn when they was trying to hit some shit out. He run up the damn outfield catching shit out there. Like, damn, they can't do anything. Then they had that Japanese player Ohtani. Now he separated his shoulder. He didn't do shit. Before then,
I heard he got injured. Yeah.
But before then, he was hitting triples in field. Like, who does shit like that in the World Series? Like, I'm like, you're not beating guys like this. You're doing shit like that.
Yeah.
And the only reason they did lose, I saw that game, because they had like this shitty pitching staff in, like the people that never pitch, they had them in, and that's why they lost.
Yeah, well, that was that pitcher that Cole or whatever. He's the one who fucked that grounder to first up.
Yeah,
and that's where the game all went to shit, because then the fucking Dodgers tied up in that 5th inning. Like, it's where it all went to shit after that.
Oh, like, man, yeah.
I was thinking. I mean, I was like keeping up with the series, and I know they were down 3. It was like 3-0. You know, LA was leading 3-0. And then the Yankees, they went back to the Bronx. Yankees won a game. I thought, like, maybe, especially when the game 5 started, I thought maybe the Yankees would win one more game, and then they would go back to LA, and then the Dodgers win.
Game.
They had that game until the 5th fucking inning when they fucked. They fucked up a grounder to first. Like, how could you like, even if the bases weren't loaded, how can you fuck that up? You know?
Right. They were ready to go home at that point. That's all.
So I was like, oh man. So yeah, I thought they'd at least go one more game, and then the LA would. I did not think the Yankees were coming back from a 3-0. You know.
I thought they were right. I thought the same thing. They were going to go back to LA and try to fight it out, but
no. Yeah, and then the Dodgers could have celebrated in LA, but no, and Yankees had to even fuck that up. So yeah, I was pretty like, what the fuck? I was at work too. I got pretty pissed, but no, I've been a long Yankee fan. I've the only professional sports games I've ever been to were Yankee games when I was a little kid. So I all the years I've lived here in Minnesota, never saw a Viking game. Never, I lived in Florida, never saw any Dolphins games. I never been to any other sports games other than the Yankees. My mom used to work for the New York Post in the sports department. So she got free tickets to everything. And we had free Yankee game tickets right behind home plate. It was pretty cool. And I was a huge baseball fan when I was a little kid. I named every players, and I was a Yankee geek back then when I was in New York. And my dad, he grew up watching the Dodgers in Brooklyn.
Right.
So he was a Brooklyn Dodger. Him and my grandfather were Brooklyn Dodgers fans, and they hated the Yankees until Dodgers went out to LA. Then my dad hated the Dodgers for doing that. So then he became a Yankee fan. My dad ended up becoming a Yankee fan. My grandfather still hated the Yankees. He never, he's like, fuck the Yankees. He became a Mets fan when the Mets finally came to New York.
Were they good when they came to New York?
No. So when I was living with my grandparents, it would be me in one room watching the Yankee games, screaming at the TV, and then my grandfather in his room screaming at the Mets. Even after I left New York, I always kind of followed the Yankees. As I got older, I don't get to watch it as much as I used to. Especially nowadays, I can't watch sports anywhere unless you buy another prescription or subscription to something. You
Well, you
know,
got to know. I mean, you got to have. Do you have AT&T where you can get the free NFL Sunday package?
no.
Okay. Hey, you're right. How the hell you have to fight so hard to watch baseball out of all
Yeah,
things?
baseball, like America's pastime, and I got to pay for that too now.
Well,
It's
actually, you
stupid.
don't. What you do is you get an antenna.
Oh, okay.
Rabbit ear antenna.
I actually do have an antenna for
Yeah,
when I
yeah, yeah.
watch
So you
football
plug rabbit ear antenna up to your TV, you can still watch Fox.
on
Fox Sports.
Fox. So it was on Fox.
It's on Fox.
Okay. Well, that wouldn't help me anyways because I was at work. Well, yeah, it was nice to see the Yankees back in the World Series and actually watch some baseball or like listen to baseball in my case. But yeah, that was some bad shit.
I tried to keep you updated, Eli. I did my best.
And my brother, Fat T, he was going nuts too. He was watching because he's a Yankee fan, you know. And yeah, it's been what, like 10 years since the Yankees been in the World Series. So yeah,
it just reminded me of that Captain America book where Streets of Poison, where they had the Yankees and they get the shit beat out of them by who was it? The Red Sox, yeah.
Oh yeah, the Red Sox, yeah.
Oh man,
that
all
shit.
right.
Well,
all
yeah.
Right. Oh, have we done with our sports?
I think so. I think I got it off my chest.
Talk. What is this? Talking
Yanks balls.
You're right. Talking balls. That's what it is. See, Boogie, we got you. We got you, Boogie.
What's up, Leslie David? What's going on?
Leslie David, what is up? Okay, now I'm cutting off that. So I won't. Okay.
Yeah, we usually don't talk sports like this.
We usually don't, or at least one of us will. But this first time, like both of us go on sports at the same time. So yeah. All right. So now we can actually get into the show. I know this is supposed to be a nerd geek podcast. We sitting here talking about sports the whole time. Yeah. We got to diversify, you know. Oh man. Oh damn it. It did the same thing last time. I'm trying to share this link and it won't do it, but that's okay. That is okay.
Multitasking.
Anyway, multitasking. I'm doing that and running the show and produce at the same time. But let's go to the next part of the podcast. Now, we talked about MLB. We talked about the World Series. Now let's talk about something else that we can like. So we got to talk about Halloween, because the thing about Halloween that it's not about what you think it is. It's about IG models dressing up really slutty. That's what it's about. So, but there was one thing. Yeah, that's, you know, bring spirit to the holidays, you know.
Yeah, but making the world a better place.
Exactly. The word nature is healing, you know. Yes. But the reason I want to talk about the Eli, because something did happen. Well, I mean, like I said, there was a whole bunch of celebrities dressing up as this, and I think Kim Kardashian dressed up as something from Doom or something. I don't know.
Oh, really?
I may be making it. I don't know. She was some weird shit that I didn't recognize. I don't know.
Not a Dora Milaje. What are they called?
Not Dora Milaje.
Benny Jesuit.
Not even a Benny Jesuit. I think she was a sandworm.
Oh, okay.
But like skin tight shit. I don't know what the fuck she was doing. Be honest with you, I don't know. But that's not what he was talking about. What we're going to talk about.
There's a whole bunch of dirty jokes I could say right now, but I won't.
No, we don't. We'll go to. We're family show, Eli. We're family show. We're trying to go get professional, Eli. We're almost there. We're almost there. Anyway, what were we talking about? Now we were talking about Meg Thee Stallion.
Oh yeah,
Meg Thee Stallion did dress up as Boom. Oh,
sorry. Not Hellboy.
Not Hellboy. Well, damn. Sorry, wrong one. Boom. She did dress with Starfire, but I want to show you Starfire, what she normally looks like. That's a DC character, Starfire from Teen Titans, and Meg Thee Stallion, boom, dressed up as her. And I thought she did a damn good job.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's show another pic from it. I was like, bam, okay. And I was like, that's comic accurate Starfire, you know. But guess what, Eli? We weren't the only ones that recognized that. Guess who else recognized it? Yo boy, James Gunn.
Oh, okay.
You know where I was going with that. Okay. But James Gunn recognized Starfire as that, and Eli, you should see those comments. No, we don't want Megan Thee Stallion. It's gonna be like She-Hulk all over again. Like, shut the fuck up, man. It's Halloween, man. She's just cosplaying. That's it. James Gunn is not trying to recruit Megan Thee Stallion in the DC EU or whatever the fuck they call it shit now.
Yeah, she does this every year.
Yeah, as a different.
Wasn't she Sailor Moon last year or something?
Yeah, she was Sailor Moon last year.
She was Pinhead a couple years ago.
She was Sexy Frankenstein this year also.
Yeah, well, she was Pinhead a couple years ago. That was a couple
years ago also. So yeah. So, but my thing is like this, man. Here's my thing, James Gunn. I'm not saying get Megan Thee Stallion. Obviously, you're gonna get Megan Thee Stallion because she's not an actor, clearly. But if you are gonna cast Starfire, think this, go this route. All of this. Because I hate to say it, Eli, I hate to go there, but I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. I'm gonna say what shouldn't be said, but I'm gonna say it anyway, the quiet part out loud, because this isn't Starfire. I love this actress, Anna Diop. I love this actress. I would love to see her in another role, not Starfire. How many times are going to have us in a role where we expect to see, this or this, and then they do this, and then we get mad when we like, no, that's not what I was expecting, So that's all I'm saying. Just be at least comic actress. At least if you're going to sell us a comic actress, to give us comic actress. That's all I'm saying. So
yeah, I think that was the thing with Marvel, is they did that
at one time.
Remember? Yeah, they were let's give you comic accurate characters, because at first everyone just looked like the Matrix.
Right.
They even joked around
X-Men and all this shit.
What do you want? Yellow spandex? Yes, that's what
yes, we do want that.
So yeah.
All right.
But that was pretty cool. I must say, I was impressed.
Okay, but Eli, the thing is, I you was on assignment this week.
I don't think I did anything.
You're supposed to, if you saw a twerk video of Megan Thee Stallion in Starfire costume, you were supposed to bring some footage to us.
Sorry,
that's okay.
I didn't do my homework.
That's okay. That's okay, because I knew you weren't going to come to the podcast with that footage, so I had to search that footage myself. I was like, fine, I'll do it myself. Now, she wasn't in Starfire outfit, but hey, who cares? I'm about to play the footage. There you go.
Just leave that up the whole fucking show.
Well, here's the thing about
it. And watch us get all the hits.
And watch you get all the hits. Now, am I ashamed of having Megan Thee Stallion twerking the Sonic the Hedgehog? Not only am I not ashamed of it, I'm actually kind of proud of myself for doing that. So,
oh, you did that.
I did that. Yeah, because I can't play her music. I play her music, and then we get shut down. But if I throw Sonic the Hedgehog on to watch you twerking to that, I'm just like that. So, yeah. Round two.
Well, next time use the Mario. Do.
I thought about that. I was just like, I don't know. I don't know how it would have fit. I don't know how it would have fit. That's why I just did that. So, anyway, we are getting all off track on this podcast. See, that's what happens when we don't have structure, Eli. We just go all of a sudden, just go somewhere. But that's not what I was talking about. Okay, so we talked about that, and I also want to talk about because other celebrity things are going on. Because, like I said, we've been at war with Sexy Velma. Like the last 2 weeks, I guess.
You have been.
I have been. You've been out of it, but I've dragged you into this. So yeah. Because the thing is, now I expected, and I praise Chloe Bailey, for actually doing sexy dress up. Jessica Rabbit, Catwoman, Mrs. Incredible. Even though she may or may not be sexy, I don't care. I'm accounting it. And I think, okay, let's see what Chloe Bailey does this year. And what did she do this year? Sexy Velma with her sister. So I'm like, damn, man, Chloe, I was depending on you. You were supposed to be the chosen one. Now you just do what everybody else does. You and your sister.
Can you just admit it? It's a losing battle.
Yes, I'm losing this battle, Eli. I'm sick of Eli. Her and her sister, man. I'm sick of it. Just something. Aren't you sick of it, Eli?
Oh. Yeah, it's really, I'm so sick of that. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Just take a moment to reflect.
I'm feeling sick.
Oh, man. I'm sorry, y'all. We're going to get back on subject. I'm just saying, just throw that up.
We swear we're going to talk about comic books.
We're going to talk about comic events. We're going to get to it.
And y'all leave anyways by then.
You're right. All right. Now we're going to leave because now we're actually going to talk about some comic book related stuff. What we're going to talk about? Let's throw this bad boy up here. Boom. Agatha All Along. It's over. It's done. They finished it. So that's what I'm going to talk about, the season wrap up and things like that. Actually, I'm not even going to talk about the season wrap up. I'm not going to talk about the season wrap up.
So did Thanos show up?
No, Thanos didn't show up. What's her name? Martha? What's the chick name?
Agatha?
No, the other chick. The one with the red power. Scarlet Witch? Wanda?
Oh, Wanda.
Yeah. Didn't show up.
She showed up? She didn't show up? Oh, man. No. I thought Thanos was going to come up. Dude, don't leave me.
Right, like
Baby,
stepping
don't
forward
leave
and
me. I
stuff,
love you.
and showing with a boombox and shit.
Yeah, Captain Save-A-Ho, yeah.
That's his superpower. Now that is an old school reference. Eli. We're the only ones that gonna know that Captain Save a whole reference.
Yeah, or Captain Save-A-Ho or Thanos like wanting Thanos' girlfriend.
Hell, both.
No one knows
Yeah.
what we're talking about.
Nobody knows what we're talking about. It's like Thanos' girlfriend. What the hell? So that we're talking about. Anyway, the thing we're going to talk about is now for those who don't know, yes, Audrey Plaza showed up as the last episode, even though she plays Thanos' girlfriend in the comics. This is Death. Now, not Lady Death. Everybody stop saying that. Lady Death is a whole different character, not related to Marvel. Not even owned by Marvel. That's a whole different character. This is Death. Or even if you want to say Mistress Death, you can say that. But it's just Death.
I've heard that, yeah.
Yeah, that's Death. There's Thanos' Boobay, Death Pools, Boobay, and now Agatha Harkness, Boobay. Okay.
He did it all for the Nookie, yeah.
Right. He killed everybody for Aubrey Plaza. This is canon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old school, original Infinity Gauntlet story. That's why he was after the guy. He was trying. Yeah. Trying to impress.
Okay, now that we have context, Eli, do you feel better? Did you feel like the Infinity War should have went that route now? That he did?
I'm
if
glad
Aubrey Plaza showed up, and
well,
that's what I'm saying. Aubrey Plaza shows up, he just like kill everybody for me. He's just like, yes, my love, and you know they would have went that route because we didn't have context before, but we got context now.
No, but that was like one of my concerns back then because I knew what Thanos did and what they were going for, but I was like, who is going to be Death? Are they bringing Death? That was always in the back of my mind during the prime day when MCU was in its prime.
Way back in 2020.
You remember those days?
2019, 2020. So many
the good old days.
Right.
Yeah, and I was concerned, like, man, Thanos is like, he's kind of a creep.
Yeah. He even used the Infinity Gauntlet to make himself a fake girlfriend to make Death jealous. I'm just like, they never would have put all that in the comics. In the movie, I meant to say, but
yeah. So I'm glad they did. I'm actually glad they didn't go that route. So.
Yeah, some people are mad and now they should have did that. Like, no, they shouldn't have. No, that was a dumb thing to do. He would have been simping for a goth girl. Like, no, this is
yeah.
Go, man. But anyway, what are we talking about? Agatha all along. Now, the reason I'm talking about this because now normally when I watch these Disney Plus shows, I'm watching these bitches by myself. Like nobody's talking about it. I'll go to work, talking to my coworkers. Like, what? Moon Knight? I ain't watch that shit. I go on the internet. I just talked to any of my friends. Did you see Miss Marvel? What the fuck is that? I ain't watch that shit. I even go on the internet. Ask people, did you see Secret Invasion? I ain't watch that shit. So I expected for Agatha all along to be the exact same way where I was going to just watch it by myself. I was going to be another Batwoman or any CW show and just watch it and just nobody pays attention. But lo and behold, Eli, that didn't happen this time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Here's the thing, Eli. I think Marvel cracked the code with this show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, let me explain. Let me explain. Now,
you did make an interesting post. I was like, okay, expand. I want to hear you expand on this.
Are you talking about the Acolyte and
Andor?
Okay,
this is the Andor of the. MCU.
Okay, now I will say this: if I had a nickel for every Disney Plus show that had lesbian witches giving immaculate virgin births, I'd have 2 nickels. That's a lot of nickels, but. Still, that's very much coincidence. So my thing is this: like everybody was thinking, like because they kept advertising Agatha along as the gayest show ever, it's going to be this and it's going to be that, and it went over the top. They went there, as far as Disney Plus will let it go, but that's how they sold the show as, and that's how they showed Agatha. Acolyte, and I thought it was going to be that. But at the end, when I finally got to like the 8th or 9th episode, it felt more introspective. They really dug into character studies of what Agatha is and who she is. And Agatha is really a bastard, really a sociopath that I really wasn't expecting. So they really dug into that. It added more depth to even it added more depth to even WandaVision. Like what she was doing in that show, like why she was there to begin with. You really understand. It's not a redemption arc. She's still evil as fuck. And I did like that. So that's the thing. It just felt like a more adult introspective show. Like Andor. To Star Wars than it was Acolyte to Star Wars,
Yes, Andor was definitely like more adult oriented, slow burn, No lightsabers. Yeah.
You know, lightsabers, and that's what this was. Also, it felt more adult oriented, more slow burn. Because the reason I'm saying it, Eli, because when I started talking about like, okay, I actually did people find that did watch this show, but it wasn't the typical people you expected. Like the people that didn't fuck with like the usual MCU fans that you expect, you know, Captain America and Iron Man, they didn't fuck with the show. I would expect that, but I did find a lot of 40-year-old wine moms loving this show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this was their show. They didn't watch any other Marvel thing. Don't know anything about other Marvel. Don't give a fuck about Hulk and Captain America and Tony Stark. But they were digging this show because the show is about 40-year-old wine moms with magic powers. So it's catered to them, and this is why I say Marvel cracked the code, because I feel like Black Panther was the gift and the curse to Marvel the whole time. I feel like they struck lightning in the bottle with it. They put the movie out there. They didn't think it was going to do anything. It did way bigger than what they thought it was, and I think they've been chasing that dragon ever since then. When did the movie come out? 2018, 2016, whatever came out. They've been chasing that dragon since then. That's why you got Shang-Chi. They threw that shit out there. We're going to market to China. No, keep in mind I did not say Asians. I said China. I am not racist. I am xenophobic. There is a difference. So they are marketing to them. It flopped. It flopped because China smelled that Panther from a mile away. Like, why would you sell us a Chinese movie when we have Chinese movies? We could just watch a movie from China. Like, you don't go to a sushi restaurant and order a cheeseburger. I hope nobody is dumb enough to do that shit, you know. But no, you want something from us. You don't want us imitating what you got. So that's why Shang-Chi flopped over there. What else flopped? The Marvels. They
Star
tried.
Wars.
They tried. Yeah. Yeah, all that flop. What else? It was another one. The Eternals. Here's Eternals. The Eternals was almost like they were trying to cater to everyone. And anybody in entertainment understands if you cater to everyone, you cater to no one. So that's why Eternals, like, you didn't know who it was for. It was just things. Yeah. So that's just out there. Now we get a chance to talk about Echo. So I did a chance to talk about you with the Echo. So that's a good thing. So. But other than that, everything they've been trying to do outside, and we already know the stuff coming on, like Ironheart, whatever. It's gonna flop. But with Agatha, I think they cracked the code. I think they figured it out. Well, I ain't gonna say they figured it out. I think they got lucky. They figured out what they're trying to do. It hit to a certain demographic they were marketing to. They knew the typical MCU fan was gonna gravitate to some 40-year-old wine moms with magic powers. They know they were gonna check out on that shit altogether. But the other people that were into it, they were into it and they were following it. And I was like, okay, cool. So, and here's the thing, Eli, that now most people ain't talking about this shit. Like, we're going to talk about the Penguin next week. But if you look at the Nielsen ratings, Agatha all along is beating Penguin in ratings 3-1.
No shit.
Yes, that's it. Because people, and the funny thing is, I'm hearing a bunch of talk about Agatha, like people are breaking down discussion, people discussing. As far as Penguin, I'm hearing people say, yeah, that was cool. I don't know if a lot of people kept watching the show. I think they just, yeah, it's a cool looking show. But I don't know how many people are keeping up with the show.
Yeah, the chatter seems to have like died down on Penguin.
Yeah, like they like the aesthetic of the show. They like that the show exists. They like the vibe of the show. But I don't think a lot of people are keeping up with the show, because a lot of people I talk to, like, have you kept up with Penguin? Nah, I'm gonna get back to it eventually. You know,
well, it's a crime
that's
thing.
The vibe of it right now.
Yeah, and I think these last couple years, like horror and goth and like Wednesday, that's been like a big thing. And I think that's what, their timing is perfect on this.
And they probably what got this green light. I mean, even though they've been trying to green light this for the longest, but I think that's why they kept it going, because they've been green light a lot of stuff and canceled, but they kept going with this. So
the new agey goth, mystical, women who shop at Hot Topic to buy, sage and tarot cards and spirit rocks and shit.
Right.
That's a big thing. Especially
and you don't have the MCU fanboy, because I do. This is what I hate about some of the MCU fanboys. They watch Marvel movies and TV shows almost like a homework assignment. Like like Kevin Feige gonna give them a test at the end of the year, some shit like that. Okay, I need to find out who this character is and whose character is and things like that. This wasn't that show, even though this show did have that shit in it. Like Wiccan was in it and Death was in it and some other shit was in it, but it wasn't about that.
And that's exactly what it felt like. Even for me, I was like, that's why I ain't watching Loki season 2, because I didn't like the first season. Yeah, I'm one of the few that didn't like it, so I didn't watch the second season.
And see, and this why I honestly I put this over both Loki's episodes. I mean, both seasons. Reason I put this over the season is because I felt like they were trying to do a redemption arc with Loki. So you're making a Loki show where he don't act like Loki. Like, what's the point? Where Agatha was, I feel like, even more of an asshole in this show than he was in WandaVision. Because now, if you now making me go that, and I'll be honest with you, this is the first Disney Plus Marvel show that I think I've seen twice. I had to watch it twice because by the time I got to the end of the 8th or 9th episode, there were so many clues that when you look back, you're like, oh shit, that's what that meant. That's what that meant. So I had to go back and watch it and catch shit. And then I realized that it was a whole bunch of shit I missed that I wasn't paying attention to. But when I watch the show again and I know all the context clues, I caught all the shit they were doing. Well, at least most of the shit they were doing. And it made even the second watch more fulfilling. Because there was a lot of shit I missed the first time. And it ain't about, I didn't catch, Baron Zemo or Batroc the Leaper. No, none of that shit. It's just storytelling. A thread they were telling. Just in this contained story they were trying to tell. It was a bunch of shit they were dropping in that I didn't catch. And I watched it again and I caught it. How like Agatha, the whole point of the show is that Agatha has to go on this road because Wanda fucked up so bad she lost all the powers. So now she has to go on this journey at the end of this journey to get her powers back. And she knew the secret of this road they were on the whole time, but you don't catch that until you watch it the second time. Because she's saying shit that catch you off guard, like, oh, okay. Interesting. So yeah, so she knows what's going on the whole time. That's what I like it. So, like I said, if you're a 40-year-old wine mom, and here's the thing, if you know who Patty LaDune is that her name?
Patty LaDuke?
No. What is it? Patty LaBorn? What's her name? She's Broadway. Patty LaPone.
Oh no.
Okay, so you don't know Patty LaPone. Okay, here's my thing. If you know who Patty LaPone is, this show is for you.
Yeah, sorry.
She's a Broadway singer. So yeah.
Yeah, I would really not know that.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. But if I said that and you like,
but I didn't watch the show, so there you go.
You know what? But what I'm saying, like I said, if I said that you were like Patty LaPone in this shit, oh yeah, that you should have led with that. This is your show. There you go. That's all I got. That's all I just wanted to put that in there. That's it. So yeah. Oh, but what else you got? Oh well, now it's on you. I'm throwing it to you, Eli.
Is it on me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So give it. What's your score?
My score. I'm gonna say a 4 out of 5 because there was a few rocky shows in between. When I watched again, they wasn't as rocky as I thought it was, but the show ended very strong. It's one of the stronger endings of these Disney Plus shows right there. But I'm gonna say it was a 4 out of 5.
Because I was like, yeah, you and there's other people who said it's actually pretty good, and
yeah,
and I was tempted to watch, but like I said, I'm watching so much other shit, and I'm reading so much other shit, and just busy that I just couldn't, get a chance to watch it. But I am kind of tempted. I am curious, and and I was not interested in the show. But now everyone's talking it up. But the Marvel shows have been hit or miss. I loved WandaVision. Yeah. I still think that's one of my favorite that they've ever done. I thought Winter Soldier was okay. Thought Hawkeye was all right. I thought Echo was all right. I actually enjoyed She-Hulk, more than I thought it would.
Blasphemy?
I know. Like, I thought it was funny. I knew what it was going for, and I just accepted it for what it was. But so yeah, I'm one of the few that actually I thought I liked She-Hulk. Fuck y'all,
Uh-oh. Canceled.
But yeah, I didn't like Loki. I didn't like Moon Knight. I didn't like what other show? What was there was another one that I didn't watch Secret Invasion.
Nobody did.
So it's but like you said, yeah, it did feel like I was obligated to like watch everything because but then you were watching it all, so I didn't have to.
Right. I mean, like I said, here's the thing. A lot of people have issues with these Disney Plus shows. For the most part, I don't have an issue with them. I enjoyed the majority of them. Even I have my limits. Secret Invasion, that was there. But the rest of them, for the most part, I like them. Hell, I like She-Hulk.
I like She-Hulk.
I mean, I know.
It
we're
made
men,
me laugh.
Like I said, Eli, we're not beating these allegations. So yeah.
Yeah. Moon Knight sucked, but She-Hulk was fucking
Right. Fabulous.
yeah, was that bitch. She-Hulk was given.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. So yeah, I enjoyed this show. Honestly, I think as the Disney Plus shows, Agatha All Along is one of the stronger shows, in my opinion.
All right.
Yeah. So take that for what it is. Like I said, it's Disney Plus shows. Take it for what it is. Now we're gonna throw it back to you because now you watched something.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah. So I got a chance to see the new Hellboy movie.
Mm-hmm.
Hellboy, the Crooked Man.
Boom. Now this didn't come to theaters, right? Like at all.
Not in this country. I think it got released like overseas and
I think
some
they
other
were
places.
going to, and then they were like, nah.
Yeah, there's like, no, we're not. Instead of like treating it like a comic book movie, they treated it like an indie horror flick and just kind of threw it on streaming. And that's kind of what it is. This is less a comic book movie and more of a horror flick.
Okay.
I was very excited to see this. I am a Hellboy fan. I'm biased, so maybe you shouldn't trust what I'm saying because I love Hellboy. I'm kind of, I am gonna lean towards liking this shit because I love this character, and I've loved all the movies. Even the last shitty one that everyone hated. I enjoyed it. So don't trust what I do. What do I fucking know? I'm blind. I'm blinded by my love.
You're like Thanos in
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm Captain Save-A-Ho for Hellboy. Yeah. I'm not making it any better. I'm just. Anyways, the Crooked Man is. So this movie is based on one of the coolest Hellboy comics. The Crooked Man.
Was that comic called? It was called Crooked Man.
It was called The Crooked Man.
Awesome.
The script was actually co-written by Mike Mignola, so he has his footprints all over this. And I saw the trailer and I was like, "Wow, that looks awesome! It looks like totally like a supernatural horror flick." So I was excited going in. So I watched it, and it's okay. It's very close. There's a lot of great things about it. The look of this is great. The atmosphere, the cinematography. It has that creepy, supernatural Appalachian horror sort of vibe. It does stick very closely to the comic. It's so fast paced and kind of short. It's only 90 minutes. So it goes by very fast. It's just like action throughout the whole movie. And there's like it doesn't have any tension because you don't get any like moment to breathe and take it in. And I haven't read that comic in a while, so I feel like I should have reread it before watching. But if I wasn't a fan of this character and I wasn't already familiar with the story, I might have gotten lost watching.
So even though you haven't read the story in a while, does at least from what you remember, it was pretty closely adapted?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's that's the only thing that I felt grounded me as a viewer. Like I don't think if anybody, if you have no idea who Hellboy is, you're not going to know shit because it doesn't go into any origin story. It doesn't explain anything about who Hellboy is, where he comes from, the PPRD, any of that shit. It just drops you right in.
Issue 32 of the current run. That's just what it is.
Basically, it just drops you right in and gets going. And so like I said, if I wasn't already familiar with the character and this particular story arc, I probably might have had a hard time following it. So that's my biggest gripe, is that it was short and just didn't lack like suspense, but it looks great. Like some CGI, it's a low budget. It's a more low budget flick. So it doesn't have some of the CGI looked a little questionable. But it had its moments. It did nail some of the beats of the comic, But yeah, like I said, it was just really short. It did go into a little bit of lore. We did get to see Hellboy's mother in this. He had a nightmare with his mother, and for those who aren't familiar with the comic, Hellboy's mom was like a witch from like the 16th century or something like that. And
okay, because I don't think I ever remember them talking about her mother on any of these movies.
No, not in the movies. What's in the last movie with Morgan, with the because Hellboy kind of has ties to like King Arthur and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was her sister. The witch from the last movie is like his mother's sister.
Morgan
in the
Le Fay.
comic books. Yeah, Morgan Le Fay. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that was he has a nightmare with his mom in it. The actor, he was fine. He wasn't like overly. He played it more subtle. He was kind of dead.
Who was he?
I forget his name.
Okay.
I forget the guy's name, but he took a more subtle approach. He was more like deadpan. Yeah, he didn't overact. He was just like, okay, that's interesting. When all the shit's going on around him, he did feel like a little like he was grounded in his like jadedness. Like he's so used to the supernatural shit because it's his job. So he's just like, okay, all right,
Mm-hmm.
He didn't ham it up at all. And that's the thing. This movie doesn't feel like a comic book flick. Like it doesn't have like the world ending apocalypse thing that
the blue beam in the sky going up.
Every superhero flick has to deal with. Like the world's ending, we got to save the world. That's like every comic book movie. And this isn't that. And not even the Hellboy comics. Most Hellboy comics are just like Monster of the Week, stories. He's not, he doesn't, I mean, yeah, there are apocalyptic stories that he faces from time. I mean, he is supposed to bring about the end of the world. That is his purpose. But most of the Hellboy comics are just him fighting vampires and fighting ghosts and fighting witches and zombies and different folklore monsters from folklore. That's kind of all it is, And that's what this feels like. This feels like like if there was a Hellboy series, this feels like an episode of it.
Everything it sounds like Supernatural owes them a check.
What's that? Yeah, Supernatural. Yeah. I've never seen Supernatural, but I've heard about it. But yeah. This kind of feels
I've never seen it either, but I've heard about it, and everything I'm hearing about Supernatural, everything you just said, like this sounds like Supernatural.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this Hellboy, he's in the South. He encounters like witches and ghosts and and the Crooked Man, who is this demon guy who is like making witches out of the area. I mean, like I said, it's cool. It's got a cool atmosphere and the stories are creepy. But it's just so fast paced that you don't get a time to breathe and sort of appreciate the suspense and tension. So that's my only thing. Like it was just so fast paced that it felt convoluted at some time, at some point, But other than that, it's not that bad. Like people are saying it sucks and it's getting shit on by everybody,
But you said people saying this about the last movie, and you like that movie.
And I like the last movie,
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen worse comic book. This is better than Ant-Man movies, I think.
you say they're the worst movies of all time. So, okay.
Yeah. Like this is better than like the New Mutants and X-Men Apocalypse.
Okay, those movies are pretty terrible. So yeah.
I've seen worse comic. I bet you this is better than Madam Web. I bet you it's better than Venom.
Venom and Joker too.
And Joker too. Like I've seen worse comic book movies. And Hellboy he's not the superhero. He's more of a I don't want to say he's an indie comic
anti-hero, but yeah.
And this feels like like I said, it feels like more like in tune with how a Hellboy comic is, just a more low key, job assignment. That's what all Hellboy comics are. That's his job. He fights the supernatural, and that's his job. The BPRD. That's what they do. They're monster fighters, monster hunters, and he's just like this blue collar everyday dude who just happens to be a demon. So trying his hard to be human. So yeah, I mean, I it has its moments, but I just wish it I wanted a little more from it. So. That's my thing. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. I'll give it a 0.5 just because I love the character.
Okay. Okay. It sounds like you enjoyed yourself. That's the main thing.
So. Yeah, it's fun. It's like remember how I reviewed Salem's Lot like a few weeks ago, and I've read the book and I love that story. but that new movie was very fast paced and just like crammed a lot into 90 minutes. That's what this feels like. They crammed a lot into 90 minutes, you know, and it didn't give time for the characters and the tension to breathe. So that's my main gripe. So
to be fair, I am glad 90-minute movies are coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Doom, but these 3-hour movies, they take a lot of it.
Well,
was the last Batman movie 3 hours.
We don't need to see. Yeah, like I saw the Substance, which is awesome, but that was 2.5 hours. You know,
right.
And I started feeling that. You know what I mean? You know.
Yeah. Oh, for those who don't know, if you want to see the Substance, it's on Mubi.
Yeah, but what was the Fall Guy?
Mm-hmm.
It's on.
Okay. There's an extended version. The extended version is 3 hours.
Yeah, and I'm like, I ain't watching that. I don't need to watch a 3-hour Fall Guy movie.
I watched it. I enjoyed it. Now, were some of the scenes unnecessary because of 3 hours? Yeah, but I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah, I'm like, I ain't watching the Fall Guy for 3 hours.
Well, see, here's the thing. Okay, they had the regular version of Fall Guy, and they had the 3-hour extended version of Fall Guy. So if I would have watched the regular version of Fall Guy, I would have felt like I got cheated. I feel like a business, even though I've never seen either of these movies before I watched it. So I just felt like if we're gonna watch one, watch the 3-hour one.
No, I'm watching the regular one, and I was fine with the.
See, I couldn't do it, Eli. I couldn't do it.
I was like, I don't need to see more of this.
Oh man! Yeah. See, we have two different philosophies of watching movies. I see that.
But the Fall Guy was all right.
The Fall Guy was all right.
What I saw, I just I'm good. I'm good. You know, when you're eating a pizza, like pizza's good, but I'm not going to eat the whole thing. You know,
right?
Save some for tomorrow.
Right. Oh man, arguing with the Fall Guy. All right, but all right, we can move on to the next part of the podcast.
Sure.
I was going to do Call of Duty, but since we talked about MLB The Show for so long, that was my video game section. So
that counts.
Good. I will do Call of Duty next week when I got time to dig in, to get all in there. Because if I do it right now, I feel like I'm going to be cheating everybody and myself. I didn't give it a shot, a good shot. So I'm going to give it a good shot before I review it. And then we'll go from there. All right. That being said, we're going to move to the next part of the podcast. Like I said, it's Comic Book Bullies. We're going to talk about comic books. We're going to jump into it. And Eli, I'm going to let you go first because we talked in the chat, in the inbox, and you had some concerns about a certain book. So let's say that book for last.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what am I doing? What am I doing?
I don't even know what other book do you have? Okay, you do. Okay.
I'll do Wolvie's Revenge. Am I doing Wolvie's?
That's what I got.
Oh, that's what you got? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Okay, you do Wolvie's Revenge, and then I'll do Swamp Thing, Poison Ivy and Swamp Thing.
Let's start out with Poison Ivy Swamp Thing. Let's go there.
Poison Ivy and Swamp Thing, Feral Trees, #1. It's a one shot.
Oh, it's not a series? Okay.
No, this is a one shot, and this is my book of the week.
Oh, damn. Okay. Who wrote this?
Is it G. Willow Wilson? Wilson, yes.
Do you know that what issue are they on Poison Ivy right now? Like 30 or something? It's still going.
They're up there. I fell off. I fell off it at like 12 or what. I read that series for a year and then kind of fell off, but I guess it's still going.
I'm like, what can you say about Poison Ivy? This is like,
I guess it's still going. I might have to catch up because
I might have to check it out too. The fact it's still going. So
yeah, this was great. I really dug this one. So this is just a one shot. I don't know. It's DC all in. I don't know if they're setting up another series or with it, but I would totally read a series of this shit because this was great. So this feels so. Anyways, the trees are killing people.
Okay.
Yeah, they're killing people. Poison Ivy senses it, and so does Swamp Thing. Now, before you ask, I don't know which Swamp Thing this is. If it's Alec Holland or any other guy, I don't know who it is. It's just a Swamp Thing.
Okay.
But yeah, check that out. The fucking brutal ass fucking
You mean the trees are killing people? I thought
Yes,
they were
the
like
trees.
poison the air, shit like that. I didn't know they were like slash people
No,
and
no,
shit.
they're like turning alive and shit. Like
Okay, I wouldn't
style,
expect that. Okay.
Audrey 2 and shit, like say. You know what I'm saying? And killing, they're killing people. And like, poison ivy can sense it, and so can Swamp Thing. So so they basically go and try to figure it out. They go into the forest and then they meet each other. Hey, it's poison ivy. Hey, it's Swamp Thing. Like you sense what's going on. They're like, something's the trees are sad. The trees are, there's something going on with the trees, and so they basically go down into the green. They meet other like avatars of the green, or it's like, the trees are pissed off. They're actually hurting. That's why they're doing this. And the trees are actually doing this out of love. So they keep investigating more and more. Then finally, Poison Ivy she starts having visions of a girl who somehow was connected to the green, and she can manipulate plants and get them to grow. So she had some sort of plant power, plant ability, but she was like she hid it from the world and felt like a freak. She was bullied. She got kicked out of her house. She had a really crappy life. She was bullied. She ended up becoming a drug addict and ended up ODing in the forest. And because of her power, she got absorbed into the forest. And so she's been in the green, like her sorrow is what influences these trees to just lash out at people and kill people. And, so that's what they figure out. And they end up finding her body in the green, and they bring her back, and Swamp Thing ends up taking her. It's like, I'm going to go bury her, but Poison Ivy, what's great about this is the two different philosophies. Is Poison Ivy's part human, and Swamp Thing ain't anymore. Swamp Thing is totally like part of nature.
Right, but
part of the earth.
He thinks he's a man, but he's not.
He's not human. He's part of nature. Nature is not human-hearted. They don't have human emotions. They're all about balance and nature. And nature is just this very, it can be calm and peaceful, but it's also very heartless and cold. So he feels no emotion while she's like feels sad for this girl, and so that was cool just to see the different philosophies sort of clashing as they're like going through this whole story. She actually has emotions and feels sad, and and she's like pissed off at, and he even calls her out. He's like, your human emotions have caused you to cause all kinds of death and destruction in your time. And how many times did you try to like end the world?
Right.
Because of your emotion and your attachment to human life and your human heart, your human emotions and shit. We're just all about balance and just keeping the balance. So that was like really interesting, those themes and shit. So, but she was
like Swamp Thing. Oh, didn't he have a girlfriend?
What's her face, right? Abby?
Yeah, Abby Arcane or Abby something. Yeah,
they don't mention him or the daughter or any of that shit.
Right. So maybe it's not Alec Holland, because Alec Holland had all those emotions. Like, even though he was just a plant thing or Swamp Thing, he had those emotions. So maybe this just
or a different version of I don't know. But no detachments or attachments, So, but she was like, this is, don't you feel how sad this was? Like, who knows what this girl had the same powers as us. Who knows how her life could have turned out of? And it's like, and again, you're holding on to what could have been, you need to let go. So it's very interesting. Like I said, those themes of the two philosophies,
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of a sad, tragic story, but I loved it. And I would totally read a series of these two, So this is, I'll give it a 5 out of 5. This is my book of the week. 5. The art was cool. It had some cool, gory horror moments, body horror moments, and it was just very interesting. So, yeah.
Okay, Get Valiant. Now, let me ask you,
An
what
8
was
out
that?
of 10, or I mean, an 8 out of 5.
8 out of 5, right? 8.5 out of 5. Now, what was that interaction? Because from when I remember, anytime I've seen Poison Ivy and Swamp Thing kind of interact together, she kind of treats him like a god or something like that. Is that like that in this book or?
Kind of. Well, she was almost like, "Hey, Swampy," you know. I
Okay,
don't
so
know.
no, it ain't
Yeah,
that. Okay,
yeah, you
I guess
know.
she got over the hero worship or whatever like
But
that.
she did lash out, and there was a sense of, like Lord of the Rings, the Ents, those trees, and they're like, don't be hasty." That's what they were
Right.
like. They're like, "Hey, you're, just be patient, man. Just be patient. Let things will happen." She's like, "I don't got time to be patient. There's a girl out there hurting and killing people. We got to, we can't just sit around and wait for nature to take its course.
Right.
And that's your human heart. That's your humanity talking."
Yeah, that can't be Alec Holland. It can't.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, even though we're saying that, remember that Batman book Tom King wrote, where Swamp Thing,
Oh,
he find like Alan Holland's killer or
Tom
his dad or
King.
something like some shit like that, and he was like with Batman, he was like, I mean, I don't have emotions, I don't do anything like that, and then when he found the guy, he just killed him, and then ran the fuck off, and Batman cussed his ass out.
I don't remember that. I was reading the Tom King Batman run for a while, but towards the end, I kind of fell off.
It was like a one issue get in get out. He turned
I
Swamp Thing,
don't
and that was
remember
it.
that
So,
issue. No.
It was funny as hell because Swamp Thing was like, I don't care, this guy, he killed Alan Holland's dad or like that. I don't care about
Well, yeah,
this guy.
Alec Holland went to hell for Abby.
Yeah. They invented the Justice League. That book invented the Justice League Dark.
Yeah, talk about Captain Save-A-Ho.
Yeah, he went to hell. Teamed up with his boys like Phantom Stranger and Dead Man and Edge the Demon. You're like, all
came back crying and shit.
Right.
Brought her back to life. Yeah, man. Beautiful story, but that is that's kind of creepy now. Is he a simp? Is he
He's a simp. Definitely a simp. You go to hell. All right. Simp thing.
The simp thing. Oh man, now I got to rethink my relationship with Swamp Thing.
Right. Retool it. All right. Next movie we're gonna do. I'm gonna jump into it because Eli, I didn't have a whole lot of books, so I'm gonna do this book. I'm gonna do Wolverine's Revenge number 3. Now I thought this was 4 issues. They're saying it's 5 issues now.
I guess, yeah.
I guess they threw an extra issue in there. I guess, I don't know, threw it in there. So yes, this is Wolverine versus Colossus. He done killed a bunch of other people, and now he's gonna kill everybody else. So he killed half last book, gonna kill the other half this book, and still got 2 more issues left. So I don't know what's gonna happen to that, but let's talk about it. Boom, let's get to it. Book starts off with Wolverine, and we didn't see the fight between him and Sabretooth, but he's all fucked up, but he's still walking. So I imagine the other guy looks worse. So he's going to this boat, and the boat is basically saying, like, we're going to the Strait of Gibraltar. You don't want to come with us because there's like hundreds of bodies floating on in the river. And if you come with us, if you don't have gold, you don't have your papers, you can't ride on the boat with us. And Wolverine's just like, oh, you're a hell of a salesman. I'm sold. I'm coming on the boat with you. He like, and they waving guns and shit like that. Wait, did you hear what we just said? You're like, did you hear what I said? I'm getting on that boat. And if you want to make the trip with me, you better put them guns down. So that's it. They let him on the boat. They go off there. He just sits there. And then by the time he gets there, he's at straight to Gibraltar. His suit still fucked us, look exactly how it was when Sabretooth got on him, but he don't care. He's walking through there, and he's walking away from the good place to this nuclear plant that looked like it's about to blow up. So he's getting there. He sees it, and he's like, okay, that shit don't look good at all. This looks bad. So he gets there, and he sees, bam, he smells them, and then bam, Omega Red. Omega Red got the drop on him, and they're like, okay, well, you came out here with just to die, comrade, all this shit like that. Wolverine just like, nah, I'm gonna get you. So they fight it out one more time. Omega Red stabs him, gets through them, and he got that virus through him because now if it was anybody else on the Wolverine, they'd be dead immediately. But that's Wolverine's whole thing. And Wolverine chops his tentacles off, and I think he kills him. And refresh my memory on this, he kills him by choking him out with his own tendons.
Something.
It looks
Not
like
sure.
I think it's so zoomed in and close you can't tell, but I want to say he choked him out with his own tendons.
And I'm sure if the red band version would be more gory.
They'll show all that shit, but they don't want to us to see.
I didn't see the red band version.
Yeah. So he decided, well, I guess I want to make sure it's a warning sign so nobody else comes up close because it's nuclear reactor. So he takes Omega Red's dead body, traces it up to a tree, and hangs him there. It just leaves him.
Yeah.
And then he goes walking closer to the nuclear power plant, and he looks up. He says, "Of course." And who's at the top of it? Deadpool. So for those that didn't watch that shitty ass Wolverine Origins movie, this was the ending of that movie.
Yeah.
Him and Deadpool fighting on top of a nuclear power plant. So yeah. But a shitty version of Deadpool. So yeah. Fun fact, that wasn't Ryan Reynolds he was fighting. They had a stuff. I think that was okay. Who was the fat guy in John Wick 4?
Scott Adkins?
That's who it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I want to say
that makes sense.
Yeah. And so basically what they did, since they put a tape over his mouth anyway, like Ryan, we're like, why am I here? So they got Scott Adkins to fight him. So yeah. So basically sitting down with Deadpool and basically talking it out. Deadpool is like, I'm sorry for what I did, Wolverine. I didn't mean to. I think I went too far this time, even though I've done bad stuff before, but I think I went too far. And basically talking it out, and he was just like, look, like, why are you here? Oh, yeah. And basically Deadpool was just like, well, why don't we just let bygones be bygones, man? How about me and you team up and we do have like this R-rated adventures and shit like that, make $1 billion movie or some shit like that. He was like, nah, man, I came all the way. I killed Omega Red. I killed Sabretooth. I'm going next, right? And Deadpool like, hell yeah, I know where you going next. Hell, let's team up. Let's go get both of them. You're like, the fuck you talking about, Deadpool? No, I'm here for your ass. And then right before Deadpool kills himself, he grabs, he like, you ain't going out that way. And then he was like, well, Wolverine, do you think we can forgive each other? You're like, no. And he throws him off the edge anyway. And he drops him into a nuclear power plant, and that Deadpool's dead. Or as dead as he can be. So I mean, he's basically evaporated. So yeah. So what we got 1 week later, and Wolverine is digging a grave. And he is outside of a house. He's like, yeah, I'm here. Come on out. And that's when you got, boom, Peter Rasputin. So walking out, he like, Wolverine, what the hell are you doing here? He was like, look, he's going to go down in this, man. He was like, I had to do what I do. I had to protect my family. And, they trying to talk it out like, man, we were brothers. Why you do this shit to me? And, he steals up, and they go to war. They go at it. And they slash at each other, and he throws him. He was like, oh, you trying to put me 6 feet under? Oh, I can do better than 6 feet. And he throws him, bam, through trees and G's, and it probably tracks him like a mile over. He's like digging tree limbs out of his stomach and shit. And then, bam, and I didn't even know Colossus could do this. And he can't. This just makes some bullshit Jonathan Hickman just doing. Like he Hulk jump.
Yeah.
I've never seen him do that
There's some
before,
shit I was like, wow, I didn't know that, but okay, sure.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay.
Comic book, whatever.
Yeah. So they go at it, they fight each other off, they start slashing. Wolverine, bam, gets a good shot at him, slashes organic steel. Because I don't think I've ever seen Wolverine slash Colossus before, and I've always wondered, like, can Wolverine slash him? Obviously he can. But like I said, it's an Elseworld book, so Hickman can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. So yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. So Dan, he's like, Dan, you got a good shot at on me. And he was like, how was your family? He's like, no, you wasn't my family. And he takes him, you were my friend, and that was not enough. And then he's like, I'm done with that, and rips his arm off and throws that shit. He's like, Wolverine, we're done with this. I'm sorry I had to end this way. While he's talking, he's like, I'm sorry I had to end this way. Yeah, I'm sorry I had to end this way too. Bam, stabs through the neck, top of the head. Snicked, dead.
Yes. Dead.
And he's out of there. Wolverine just takes his arm back, reattach it to himself, and that hole he dug buries Colossus in there. Yep. And
Colossus got a good case of dead.
Right. And to be continued, even though he's killed everybody.
Yeah.
And the next issue, Wolverine with the white beard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, huh? Okay. I'm confused. I don't know where you're gonna go with this shit now, because it feels like it's done. It feels like it's wrapped up.
Yes, I feel like the thrill is gone. Like the steam has been left. This kind of went by really quick. Like he killed 3 guys in one I must say
Right.
the
He killed
scene
3
with
guys in the last book, 3 guys in this book.
yeah, the scene with Deadpool was probably the most interesting and my favorite part of the book.
Yeah,
But him just like
introspective. Yeah.
yeah, him running through Omega Red and like yeah, him like reattaching his arm.
Well, he's done that shit before, man. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Well,
Because what it is, okay, in one of the Krakoan books, the X-Men books, he went to Krakoan gate and they cut off the gate and they cut him in half. So
okay.
he was like, y'all gotta go get the other half of my body because basically he can't like regrow his shit like Deadpool. He's got to get reattached. So I think Quentin Quire grabbed his legs and tossed him through the gates when he cut it back on and he attached himself, I guess.
Did Quentin Quire have his whole body, or did he just use his legs to?
No, you know what? No, he just grabbed his leg because that's all he had. He was just like I'll bring your legs from wherever the fuck you are. So yeah, so that's it. So I mean, like I said, still great art.
Yeah,
Hickman is
Capullo,
yeah. But I do feel like Hickman is just throwing this shit out while he's doing other shit. Like, let's just throw this.
This
shit
felt like kind of like rushed. I felt, yeah.
it really does, man. Like,
yeah,
you could have got anybody to do this other than Hickman. You didn't need Hickman, but you want to sell this book, so you got to put Hickman on it. So yeah.
Like, there's elements where I say, okay, that'd have been cool. Like him digging a grave outside of Colossus's house. That's like some Django, like original Django movie type shit, or some old Western samurai type of shit.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Whose funeral? Yours.
Yeah,
Bam.
like that. That sounds like that could be a really cool scene, but it was like, again, rushed. But then do we need, and I guess that's the thing, is like, did we need like an issue of every guy getting killed? Because that's what it kind of felt like we were getting. Okay, well, this issue he kills Sabretooth. The next issue he's going to kill Omega Red, and like every issue was going to be
that would have been bored of me if they would.
And that would have got old because then we would have.
Because how you gonna fill a whole page with that? It's
issue 8 of Wolverine's Revenge.
Yeah,
I guess I would have got tired of that too, but still, I'm like, this felt
because he's just running through people. Like these supposed to be as baddest of his baddest bad guys. He's just kind of like running through them.
Yeah, like they've been fighting for decades, but all of a sudden he can just stab Colossus through the head.
Right, and just be done with it. Yeah, but we talking all this shit, but we've seen comics where Batman went to Arkham Asylum and just beat the shit out of everybody. Like now you can beat the shit out of everybody. You're supposed to be struggling with these people. Yeah.
When he's not detecting, he can,
right. Like I know where you are now, so shit. All right, so but like I said, art is great. Hickman is still Hickman, but it does feel like he's. I mean, I don't know what you can do with this. It's just like
it's kind of a dumb story. It's Wolverine getting revenge, killing motherfuckers.
Right, like that's the hook. That's it.
Yeah. It's like a John Wick movie. Like there's no plot really. You don't care.
Like this don't need to be introspective. What is Wolverine?
You just go to watch him fuck motherfuckers up. That's the purpose of that. And like. The only time the plot mattered in John Wick was the first one when they killed his dog. Now they spent the next 4 movies. Who cares?
Right. My only thing is that here's my thing about it. What are they gonna do with the next 2 issues? That's what I'm saying.
Is there 2 more? Yeah.
There's 2 more.
Are they gonna restore the power? I mean, they only know, they're trying to restore power to the earth, I guess.
No, they're not. They said fuck it.
I thought that device is still there.
They tried to restore power in the first issue. When they fucked up the mission, Nick Fury said, fuck it, I'm gone.
Yeah, but they kept it. They kept that, Mastermind kept that device, didn't he?
He did. Yeah.
So maybe that's going to be the mission. They go to Russia.
But for some reason, in the last issue, Nick Fury said, the mission's over. I'm done. I don't care.
We're putting way too much thought into it.
We are. We put more thought into Hickman's story. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about that shit, man.
Even Hickman doesn't give a shit.
Right. You know that's bad, but he don't give a shit.
I got Ultimate Spidey to write. I don't care. Wolverine kills people.
Alien versus Avengers. Let me write
That's the script. That's the script. Here, Greg Capullo. Wolverine kills people. Have fun. And just
right. That's all he wrote. 1 sentence. Just
give me 3 pages. Give me 3 pages of Wolverine fucking people up.
Oh man! All right, can we move on to the next?
Slap a score, man.
I'm gonna still give it a 4 out of 5 because it was still a fun book.
Yeah,
it was still a fun book. I just don't know where they're going. That's all.
I felt it was rushed, but it gave us what we wanted.
Yeah.
Wolverine killing people, killing
Right.
motherfuckers. And that's why I showed up, and that's what it gave me. And yeah, it feels like okay, they're running out of the budget.
Right.
So the final act, they don't have the budget that they had for the rest of the movie, so they got to rush through the final act. You know, they don't have as many explosions now. So that's what kind of feels like. But still, it's fine. You know, it's cool.
Okay. All right. Boom, 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 boom. We're here, Eli. We're here.
Yeah, this is the only book I got left.
It's the only book I got left.
Yeah.
So that's why I say we're going to save it. We're going to tackle this bad boy together.
I tried to read that Fantastic Four Venom War shit.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know, because I was bored. I was like, oh, there's nothing else to read. And it was a #1. It was a one shot, and I got a headache while reading that motherfucker.
Yeah, because the thing is, I haven't read any of the Venom War. I don't know what the hell going on with Venom War, so I'm just like,
yeah,
Marvel Unlimited when it went all.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
but yeah, this is my only other book I got left.
Okay, so like I said, the book we're talking about.
Are we tag teaming?
We're tag teaming this. I'm gonna do it. But we're gonna just because I gotta go in depth on some stuff. I saw some stuff that I gotta talk about.
Okay, let me pull it up and I'll follow along.
Okay, boom. Like I said, Predator versus Black Panther issue 3.
It's only issue 3, huh?
Yeah, is it issue 3? Yeah, issue 3. Yeah. That's where we are right now. So that's all we're at right now. Some stuff happens in this book that I have to go in depth on.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we're gonna get into it. Some lore, some Wakandan lore happens in this book. So
yes,
and Predator. I guess Predator lore happens.
Sure.
I guess sure. Let's tag this boy. All right, so we're going to it, and the book starts off with like I said, the Predators for the last issue, they invaded the Great Mound and they are robbing that motherfucker blind. That's pretty much what's going on right now. This is home invasion. They're taking all the vibranium they can get. They loading that shit up. So, and then you got a Predator right here. He is found a line, I guess, where they find enemies and they,
trophies,
spray your skull, take a trophy, shit like that. You're like, cool, and then bam, he gets stabbed in the back. Who did he get stabbed by? Okoye. Because she has been on a killing spree right now. She's killed like 3 of them already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and while she's doing that, you see the red beam on her back because a Predator got the drop on her that she can't see. Meanwhile, the Predator don't see that Black Panther has to drop on him. And then bam, cracks his neck. Dead. And then they meet up with Okoye, like that. They was like, okay, we meet with everybody else. So they meet with everybody else during Melage. And I guess there's only one dog of war that survived because I thought there was a bunch of them at the first issue.
Yeah. There's only one left. Yeah, I'm just now noticing there's only one there.
Yeah, because I don't see anybody else, but I remember it was a bunch of them in the first issue. But I guess that's the first one they took out. So now they're like, okay, so what do we know about our enemy? Our enemy loves to hunt. Our enemy is here for one reason because we're going anywhere. So obviously here for Wakanda. I mean, they're here for vibranium. And even though he put that shit together pretty fast, they are wondering, like, how did he know this shit? Like, how is he putting this shit together that fast? Anyway, we need to get to the Great Mound. So they need to go to the Great Mound because obviously it's where they are. And they go there, run there, and they go. Meanwhile, Shuri is trying to get into the thing because they blocked it off. So the Great Round is blocked off. They can't get into there. Meanwhile, the Predator is grabbing her, and that old guy, I can't remember his name. And if you pay us, it really won't matter anyway. So
the seer or whatever.
Yeah, whatever his name. And he's trying to free Shuri, and then bam, he gets stabbed. No, he gets like a claw goes through his chest. Like shit. He's just like, don't worry, blood is blood and water is water and some mystical mumbo jumbo shit, whatever. Doesn't matter. Bam, stab through the eye. Skilch. Now, here's my thing. I think even though the Comics Code Authority don't exist, I think they just put that shit to avoid the red band or whatever.
Yeah.
Look where it's placed. It's placed right there.
Yeah, right over the right over the cool part.
Right. It's just like, no, you killed what's his face? That's my favorite
guy.
Yeah. So she's just like, fuck this shit. So then she, centers herself, and since she can't go through it, she pulls him through it. Now he's on the other side of it, the Predator. And she like gets him down, and then she pulls the spear out of old dude's eye. She's like, thanks for the weapon. And now she splook, and now they 1-on-1. So now it's the Predator versus Shuri, and he's got those razor blades and shit like that. and he throws both of them at him, and Shuri blocks one of them, but it leaves her sides open. Bam! She catches in the shoulder. You know, she's like, oh shit. So now she does something that no Wakandan has ever done. She calls other countries for help. So she's like, SOS, anybody listen? Somebody come over here. Wakanda want to attack. Somebody help us. You know, she's like that. Why would attack? And she's like one-on-one with this guy. So she's like, this is them, this big panel. We don't see that fight. But now we do see what happened with Black Panther, because with Black Panther, why he put that shit together so fast. In the first issue, when he got shot in the chest and he fell through that water and almost drowned, I guess he did drown. It was like that, because whatever happened, he went to the ancestral plane. And when he went to the ancestral plane, and this is where the lore, all that lore starts coming in. So he's in the ancestral plane right now, and he wakes up and he talks to Azari. Now, Azari the Wise. Now, I got to explain Azari the Wise, because Azari the Wise may be the GOAT Black Panther.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because the thing is, they're making a new Black Panther / Captain America video game. It's starring him, not T'Challa, him. He's going to be the main guy of that. And for all those panels of that, when people be sharing shit about Captain America and the shit beat out by Black Panther, he's the one that did it, not T'Challa.
Oh, okay.
That's the one that he's the one that did it. So, yeah. Also, he is the Black Panther that put up that cloaking system to begin with. He's the one that did it. Now, the reason he did that is because, okay, even though he made sure Wakanda didn't enter World War II, because that's why he beat Captain America's ass to get him out of there, and he killed all the Nazis that even tried to come for Wakanda. So Wakanda stayed out of World War II, but they didn't have to be in World War II because they had their own war going on, because the Predators were back then. Yeah. They came there to fight them in World War II while World War II was going on. The war went on, and they killed like 500 Wakandans, you know, but they eventually beat them and ran them back off there. But since they killed enough Predators, they took their technology, like their cloaking technology and all this shit like that. They used it and reverse engineer it, and that's how they got the cloaking technology around Wakanda now. It's all Predator tech. Azari did that and didn't tell anybody. You know, and that's why he's telling I did that to protect Wakanda from predators, you know, from afar and above. So not just Nazis and everybody else, aliens also. So that's why he did it. So that's why, and also that's why the predators could hack their shit so easily, because it's their shit. So yeah. So now that he told him all that, T'Challa wakes up and goes in there like, okay, fine, I'll go get him. So you got a bunch of predators. And T'Challa, I like this panel right here. He's just jumping on 2 predators now. Like, I didn't kill one of them enough. Takes them both out. And then you got the rest of them in there, Okoye and that one dog of war, and they run in there and but they didn't kill. Well, they left one alive, and the one they left alive, he signaled everybody else. So now all the ones in the Great Man right now, he's like, oh shit, they coming.
They're ready.
They're ready for him. And I thought it was like 4 of them, man. How many did he bring?
He brought a whole army.
He brought the whole family, like shit.
Yeah, he had an army because he was trying to like beat his brother back on his own planet.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that the first issue.
For those who don't know, that's why they're here. That he's raiding Wakanda for vibranium, because there's a clan war going on back on the Predator's home planet, and he's trying to use the vibranium to beat his brother and take over the planet. So that's why they're here.
So, sure, kill that predator. So
yeah.
So yeah, she does, and then she takes off the helmet. She was like, "I'm gonna see what the hell's going on."
She's like, "You are one ugly motherfucker.
You are one ugly motherfucker." And she puts the helmet on, and she can see all the pretty shit that he sees. So she sees what they see. So yeah, and then while they're doing that, she looks in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Falcon.
Falcon.
Not Captain America. And he's just like, oh yeah, Captain America sent me. Like, why the fuck he sent you? He couldn't come. You know. So my thing is like, so Shuri and Falcon don't know each other. So like this Elseworld story, alternate universe story, doesn't matter like that. I feel like she should still know Falcon because those wings are Wakandan. Okay, like the original story is like Black Panther made that shit. So, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, he's here. He's like, what's going on? Okay, damn, y'all got an alien invasion? Oh shit, I'm here to help whatever you can. And yeah, that's it.
He was in the area and then he heard the call.
Yeah, he was like taking out African warlords or some shit, and he was just in the neighborhood. So yeah. All right. So next issue. So yeah. All right. That was like I said, you got a bunch of Wakandan lore in there that I was cool with. I was like, okay, interesting. Okay, throw some shit in there, you know.
I was not.
What? Okay, I gotta hear this.
I have a big issue with the Wakandans using Predator tech to,
I know you're going with this, but go ahead.
Yeah. To create their dome.
Right.
You know, like they weren't smart enough to know that they had to use alien shit.
Like
you know where I'm going with this?
The Egyptian pyramids and
yeah,
aliens did all that. So yeah.
So yeah, it was aliens. It wasn't the people. It was the aliens, because there's no way the non-white folks could have been that smart.
Right.
That's what I have an issue with.
Aliens. You're right. The whole chariots of the gods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was my big concern about Prey, the movie Prey. That I was like, when I first heard about, okay, they're making a Predator movie set in in like pre-America with Native Americans and shit. I was like, okay, they better not make have the Predators show the natives how to hunt. I was like, that better not happen.
Yeah, that better not happen. Yeah.
And it didn't. And I love that movie, but I felt like that's what it wasn't, Wakandans and their own intelligence and developing their own technology. It was alien technology.
Right. They just stole it from aliens, right? Because that's what I'm gonna let I see what you're going with it, and I kind of agree with you. I'm gonna let it slide for one reason, because it wasn't like they built their civilization on Predator tech. It was back in World War II. So they still had all this stuff going on before that happened. So that's why I'm a kind of let it slide. But no, you making a very good point. Right.
Yeah, I saw that. I groaned. I like, oh jeez. Our dome is Predator cloaking technology. And like, okay, the reason why you guys have not been colonized is because of predators.
Right.
Really? Like, so yeah, I took a big issue with that. And that's I'll subtract a point off of my rating just for that. But yeah, I can't stand that. I can't stand when, those shows like Ancient Aliens. Yes, that all these indigenous people all over the world, cannot have been that smart. They couldn't have built pyramids or done all the technology that they've developed with that. It had to be aliens. I can't stand that. Like, yeah, just because, non-Europeans knew the world was round thousands of years before Europeans did, does not mean they came from Mars, And
we live in Moors came to Europe and taught them all kind of shit.
Yeah, and we live in a day and age where fucking people think the Earth is still flat. Right.
Even though you can see they had on Facebook, you could see the pro space, and they still
and all it does is it just undermines indigenous science, and I'm not just talking about Native Americans, indigenous people all over the world. Before Europeans colonized all these other nations, there are indigenous people from all over the world, from different continents and different planets, that knew the world was round because they studied the sky, they studied the seasons, they studied how the stars move. Not everything's based on Greek mythology. So yeah, that has always pissed me off. And when I read it in this Black Panther book, I was like, really? So they went and did what I was afraid Prey was going to do.
Right.
So yeah, it totally took me out of it totally, I'm going to say ruined it, but it totally took me out. But like you said, it's an Elseworld, or it's a what if. This is a what if book.
Yeah, but at the same time, Eli, that you're right. That shouldn't excuse it, even being an Elseworld book. But now, like I said, I'm giving a pass because, like I said, it wasn't that they built technology. Like if they said that Wakandan built this back in 10,000 years ago off Predator tech, I would have issue with it. But World War II, and they took one little thing, and they still, held their, and still built everything up until that point.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's only been 50 years versus the reason why they exist.
Right, and they still had all this other time. They still were protecting, still built everything else up.
They still built their own Black Panther suits and all that. Yeah, so yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
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 But
I had to call it out.
But
I had to
you're right. Yeah.
I had to call it out though.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So damn. Okay.
I'll give it a 3 out of 5.
That's what I'm saying. You got to say okay.
Like, it was cool shit. I watching Shuri, murk all those predators was dope.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I was gonna give it a 4, Eli. You talked me down. You did do that. You talked me down. So now I gotta give it 3.5 out of 5 because now you got me thinking. I was like, well, yeah, you do have a point there, yeah. But it was still cool seeing Azari the Wise there, yeah. Because he is the GOAT. He is the GOAT player.
And I didn't learn, and I didn't know that. I'm not that deep into Black Predator, Black Panther, Black Panther mythology.
Yeah, he shows up quite a bit. Yeah, so
yeah. No.
So anything else we got or
no? That's it. I'm booked out. Like I said, I tried to read that Fantastic Four Venom War shit, and it was, goddamn, that was.
Why is that book going so long? That's what we got all these other books, 3 issues, 4 issues. I said that Venom shit been going on since summer.
Yeah, they're promoting the movie. Maybe
I love it. It's like 5 different ongoing series. Like, why? Anybody reading this shit?
Yeah,
I heard nobody talk about Venom War. Like, what the fuck's going on? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I don't.
I don't know.
But this book, this Fantastic Four book, I don't think had anything to do with the Venom War. Venom ain't in it.
What did they do? Have one panel like y'all keep it the Venom War? Nah,
it's not even Venom or Carnage. It's Rascal or somebody. It's another symbiote.
Yeah, they got all these weird ass people. He's showing up and shit like that with crazy ass name, like.
And it's Kang and Doctor Doom like playing chess or something, and it's like so wordy. Like I said, I got a headache just reading it. Them talking the big, 2000 potty over oops at a time,
Yeah. Open your mind, Kang.
Yeah, basically it was all that shit. And I'm over it.
Oh shit. Oh man, that's all we got. I appreciate everybody listening. If you listen this long, if you like, subscribe. I know this was an off the wall, wow episode we had. I don't know what the numbers look like. Eli, I didn't even look. I don't care. Whatever. I just had fun.
I think we lost everybody by talking about baseball.
I think we did. I think we lost everybody. It don't matter. Or Agatha. Probably Agatha too.
Yeah. Or Hellboy.
Or Hellboy. Yeah.
Like nobody's favorite shit. This is the nobody's favorite shit episode.
But us. We the only ones that like this shit. That's okay. Like I said, we'll come back next week, and I promise you I will do a Call of Duty review next week. One way or another, I'm gonna do a Call of Duty review this week. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel. Until then, die 1,000 deaths. 一瞬戦撃KO